forms of content. So immediacy and permanence, I think, were these two key dynamics that we were exploring in the workshop. And ultimately, I think this came to focus down on a key set of issues. I suppose if I'm mapping this onto some impact, kind of an impact agenda, it would be the various ways in which the people at the workshop were concerned to think about what might be called the attention economy. The various ways that attention is captured, held, monetized in a contemporary media environment. Entertainment companies are practicing much more to do with things like mobisodes and webisodes, little short forms of media content that are maybe 2 or 3 minutes long. So the immediacy of those forms of ephemeral as in brief, I think that was one of the first things we were looking at, speed, brevity. Victoria J from BBC Vision was very interested in thinking about the changing business models for media industries and web practitioners in the age of the internet. Rick Lander was also very interested in what it is to make a web drama, how that might be different in terms of holding audience attention compared with other forms of more terrestrial broadcast entertainment. Again, the BBC, with their iPlayer, in one way the iPlayer is all about changing the ephemeral dynamics of broadcast television. I mean, television is the most ephemeral of media in some ways, but the digital environment is kind of affecting those traditional logics of TV. But also we had John Ennis up, he's a very eminent sort of media TV scholar, and he was talking about idents and logos. They might be ephemeral, but they're actually quite crucial to the way we form memory around our own experience of television. There's a lot of nostalgia attached to logos and idents. And these idents serve a function in terms of producing gear shifts in mood, and in the various kind of ways in which we engage with TV. So I think it's quite a nice link to the beyond text themes of making and unmaking in that sense. He says that we're living in an era of the quick and the dead. If you don't capture people's attentions in 5 seconds, you're dead. And he says actually these logos themselves, they've got an average, they're viewed on average about 3,000 times. The hippos will last about 3,000 times before they refresh them. So there's some interesting things we found. But the thing that's most interesting, I think, where this could develop is in a couple of things actually to do with pervasive media, and this is a very current term, pervasive media. But the University of Nottingham actually has just been named as the BFI's main HE partner, and the BFI are very keen to get the public engaged with their archive, because they've got one of the world's biggest film and TV archives, but they're worried that it's not being utilised enough, there aren't enough dynamic ways of getting audiences to engage with it. So we're going to be working with the BFI around some of these issues. So I think some of the questions